Desiree with theastrologyaddiction.com, and thank you so much for watching. Today's video is going to be on Gemini Rising and the houses for Gemini Rising, so please keep watching until the end if you want to hear about how all of the houses will affect this person's life, their home life, their relationships, their career. I'll be going through all of those different areas of life. Please also like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you're interested in booking a reading with me, my link is in the description box. So Gemini Rising people, they are ruled by Mercury, so you definitely want to see where their Mercury is placed because this is going to be a very important planet for them. They're people who are very curious, they love to learn, they love learning new things, they love trying new things, they love to just be constantly mentally stimulated. These people need a heavy level of mental stimulation to keep them interested, and that can be in all areas of life, really, you know, in just learning in general, relationships, career. They have to be just fully engaged and kind of excited about the topic that they're interested in. Gemini risings can also come off as people who are very high energy. Of course, in the first house, Gemini is an air sign, so it's going to show that the person has a high amount of physical energy. They're probably someone who needs to keep physically busy, you know, physically and mentally busy a lot of the time, or they will kind of start to get a little bit restless. These people are definitely known to be communicative, very conversational, gossipy, chatty. They just are very Aries. So their first impression definitely comes off as being someone who is smart, witty, and chatty as well. Now the second house is Cancer, and this can show their financial realm, how they make a living. It can show even early childhood life and what the people had in their home, maybe what type of economic upbringing this person might have had. So with Cancer there, it shows that they had a close relationship with the mother. The mother was, you know, very involved, especially financially. They were very protective. Cancer is the shell, so they could have had many women in their lives that were, you know, trying to, you know, financially take care of the person, or even just someone with heavy Cancer placements. It could have been a father who was a Cancer, or just someone in general that, you know, felt very protective over this person. So they definitely usually didn't have much of a lack in that regard because Cancer is so protective. Even if they maybe weren't super wealthy, the child probably didn't have much difficulty there, unless there's a malefic there or Chiron or something going on with that, even with the moon, since the moon rules Cancer. This can also show that when they get older and, you know, start to earn a living for themselves, working, they might work in a profession where they are helping people, caring for other people, caring for animals, just a caring profession, because that Cancer shows that the way that they earn their living is through nurturing and caring for people or things. Now their third house is Leo, so this is your early learning, your neighbors, your siblings, and it just shows that this person has a learning style that is very creative. They are people who learn in a very, you know, unique and creative way. If they can do anything that is hands-on, maybe creating a project, working in a group in that way, they learn really well through that. This can also show that they have a bit of pride when it comes to siblings. You know, maybe they were like the middle child, or, you know, maybe they just have some type of a feeling towards siblings where they maybe, you know, want all of the attention still. Leo shows that the area in our life where we really want to be noticed, we want attention. So maybe that's in their neighborhood, or, you know, between the siblings or something like that. They have this kind of fight for attention in some way. It could even be in their community somehow. Maybe they are known in their community for something specific that they've done creatively. Usually these people have a pretty high level of, you know, excitement and fun and adventure in their home life. Maybe they're, you know, one of their parents likes to just party and have fun and, you know, just do exciting things, because Leo loves, just loves to laugh, loves to have fun, loves to be noticed, and just loves that attention. So their home life could have been, you know, maybe this person got a lot of attention in their home life, or maybe they even just had a really dynamic, you know, upbringing where there was a lot of fun and laughter. Now Virgo in the fourth house can show that there is a bit of a critical nature in their home life, because that is where the IC is. And so it shows that maybe one of the parents is more particular, critical, this is the right way to do things. Virgo can be sometimes a placement that is maybe a little bit paranoid or a little bit just conscious of what people think of them, even insecure in some ways. So sometimes, in the home life, the mother or the father, usually the mother, is someone who is like overbearing in a way, controlling, someone who really wants to have their hand in this, what this person does so that it looks good and reflects good back on them. You see that kind of often with this. It can also show that they are even just particular in their home environment. They want everything to be organized in a very specific way. They want things to be very practical, in their bedroom. They want everything to match. A little bit OCD in the home life. Now, the 5th house is Libra, and this shows that these people definitely have a love for the arts and for socializing, networking, being with people. I think that it shows that a lot of their hobbies have to do with being around other people. Maybe they really enjoy to go to networking events, go out to events where they can be around a lot of people, and any hobby that is a group activity they might really enjoy. These people can also be super artistic because Venus does rule Libra, so they have a natural kind of inkling for being more creative and just for having like an eye for art, an eye for color, maybe being kind of addicted to that luxury in life, like the luxuries of life. They could love to shop for a hobby. They can love to do anything that is a little bit on the lighter side. Libra, Gemini rising, they're very not down to earth, I would say. They can be, but where this shows in the chart, it's more where we are lighthearted, playful, and we don't take ourselves too seriously. So they can definitely be even a little bit, superficial when it comes to that. Now, their 6th house is Scorpio. So this is interesting. It shows that they have, Mars ruling the 6th house. So you want to see where their Mars is for more details on this and how this might play out. 6th house is health, daily routines. These people can be super obsessive over their daily habits and their daily routines. If they have a way that they do things, a way that they, have their day laid out, their schedule, even for children, like if they have their morning routine or what they do typically on a certain day, maybe before school or maybe on Saturdays, this is like a kind of like a religion to them. They're very obsessive in that way. And they can even become, in their older age, obsessive with health, obsessive with scheduling, and just with work in general, and just have a real drive to just achieve like on a daily basis. Now, these people's 7th house is in Sagittarius. So 7th house in Sagittarius, these people can have not the most willingness to get into relationships or to settle down in marriage. Maybe they do love to date a lot of people. Sagittariuses are very friendly. They're outgoing. They love to have fun. They love to communicate. So in the 7th house, that's, they want to date a lot. They want to be around people. They want to experience things. They want to experience new cultures, new people, new ideas. And, but they're not very open-minded when things aren't, when people in relationships that they're in aren't exactly how they see them to be, or exactly what they want them to be. So it can take them a little bit to find the person that meets all of their kind of high expectations. They do have sort of a higher bar that they require to settle down with someone, because they do sort of have a fear of commitment and a fear of, marriage in a way. Not to say that they won't ever get married, but it's not the most comfortable, place for them. You want to see, if they have planets in Libra, or if they have maybe planets in Scorpio or Taurus, they will be definitely a lot more inclined to commit and to be with someone for the long term in a relationship. But this itself shows that there's just a bit of, needing freedom in that area of life. Now, the 8th house is Capricorn. This is other people's money. This is taxes, death. So just looking at what planets are here, you'll get, a story of what's going on. But Capricorn in the 8th house shows that they have somewhat of maybe a fear of like lack of money, or a fear of not having a power, not being in control. Capricorn is all about structures, power, money, organizations, companies, and it also has to do with the feminine as well. Capricorn is an earth sign, and it shows that this person kind of needs to find that balance between control and the need to have, you know, a lot of money in their savings account, or the need to have money from other people, you know, helping them in a way, to kind of learning how to be a little more financially independent and less regressive to that Cancer in the second house, where they are, you know, kind of being cared for and nurtured through other, maybe their parents, their mother or someone, their father, through their family finances. They have to go and sort of build their own way to find freedom and financial security, because they definitely will look to other people for that in the 8th house of other people's money. Now your 9th house is Aquarius, so these people have a real love and affinity towards foreign travel. They might travel a lot, even from childhood. Aquarius is a sign that is independent. You know, it's ruled by Saturn, so it's where they want to commit. And these people can really end up studying also through higher education for a longer period of time, because that Saturn there in the 9th house, it can actually pull either way. You know, Saturn in Aquarius, it can either pull them towards fully committing and going all the way, maybe getting a master's or a doctorate or something like that, or it can go the other way, where they are rebelling and where they are, you know, going off course and doing some type of a different, more unique, you know, higher education style. So just have to kind of see how the life plays out. But then in the 10th house of their career and their public image, we have Pisces, which is ruled by Jupiter. So usually there are quite a lot of benefits in that area. You know, people see them as someone who is, you know, maybe a little bit mysterious, maybe a little bit shy, quiet. They're not sure exactly about this person. There may be a little bit of a aura around them that general people just don't really understand. Like, they could be curious in that way, but it shows that their career life can be, you know, somewhat sacrificial. Maybe they are working to, again, help people, working to care for other people. They're sacrificing a lot of their time, their energy, maybe their happiness to serve other people. It could even be, you know, show that these people have sort of a spiritual career path that they have to follow. It may not be, you know, directly like a certain way. You just have to look more into what the life has, you know, looked like thus far, what they've been through, and the trajectory that they're going. But you know, Jupiter on the midheaven brings a lot of benefits, and kind of easy benefits, things that just bring you luck without having to try very hard. So these people may just have opportunities presented to them where if they take them, they, you know, they can advance their career in a certain way. Or if they, you know, maybe the right person comes into their life and they have to just, you know, befriend that person, or they have to pursue that relationship, and that will lead them into having a better public image or a better career or something like that. Pisces on the midheaven shows opportunity there for sure. Now Aries in the 11th house, these people are people who are a little bit aggressive in their friendships. Maybe they have groups of friends that they're involved in, but they definitely want to be the leader. They want to be the star of the team. They don't want to take a back seat. They want to be number one. So if they have any type of group that they're in, or friendships that they're involved in, they definitely want to be the center of attention, or they want to be seen in some way. Aries usually shows where we are fighting for something, or where we're having a lot of fights going on, or where we are more passionate. So they can be very passionate about their friendship relationships. You know, maybe there's someone who has just only a few friends, but they're very loyal to them. They would fight for them. You know, maybe they get into fights with friends, but they are also not afraid to be alone when it comes to that. You know, their friendships might be volatile, and they can definitely take a step back and say, well, I can be alone. I don't need this friendship, because I, you know, am comfortable on my own, and I'm an individual. And kind of, you know, learning not to be codependent might be something that this sign has to go through at some point. But having this in the 11th house, it shows there's definitely more of a aptitude to be someone who has like a very close-knit group of friends, but they are the leader. This can show that they maybe even rule groups that they're involved in. Maybe they are like the president of organizations, or they are just someone who, you know, has a great importance in an organization or group that they're in. Now Taurus on the 12th house, Venus rules the 12th house here, so you want to look to Venus to see more about this story. But your 12th house is your unconscious mind. It can have to do with imprisonment, you know, sad feelings, hidden things, things that you just don't really understand that easily. So having Venus here, that definitely lightens this area up a little bit. They maybe are a little more lighthearted towards those darker topics or towards those kind of unconscious things that they might go through. And there is definitely that that kind of blessing of Venus there, where they may not have such an aptitude to become depressed or to you know, go and become incarcerated. It still is a potential depending on what's going on with Venus or transits that you might experience, but there is sort of a gift here that they may be able to even help other people who go through those things. And even in their family, they can be kind of a light in people's life. They can be a healer. They can show people how to stay positive through those darker times, you know, the things that come up unconsciously that people deal with. They just might have, you know, an easier time getting past those and moving forward. So that is your Gemini rising. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you're interested in booking a reading with me, my link is in the description box. Have a great day. Bye.